Welcome back, Phantom Fam. It's been a little while, but we're back with another Christian hit. Come on, do the two-step and cowboy boogie. I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Nat, and joining me, as always, is my best friend, Katie.
Hey, everybody. We're getting fucking jiggy with it today, I guess.
And you are listening to Wading into the Void. So I have an awesome episode, in my opinion, today. I wanted to do something fun that's kind of like a mixture of things that we've talked about before. Yes, we've talked about cryptids. Yes, we've talked about urban legends and folklore, ghosts, and we've also talked about demons. But how about, I'm just throwing it out there, an episode that mixes all of these things together, as well as brings us somewhere international.
Huh? I'm just picturing that, like, cat.
But before we get into today's topic, let's discuss the tarot, which technically is not going to be tarot, actually, today. So, here's what we're doing. We're doing an oracle, and then we're doing some special cards that I'll discuss after I read the oracle.
Okay.
So, today, the oracle deck that we are reading is the Women of Myth oracle deck by Maria Sophia Marmonides, I guess. I don't know. But
all right.
Today the card that we got is a goddess, because this book is split up between goddess, heroines, and monsters, I believe. There might be a fourth topic. Let me double check. Heroine, monster, and goddess. That's the three categories. They're all different colors. It's a really, really awesome deck.
Sounds cool.
I literally got like goosebumps as soon as I touched it. So
that's always a very good sign. So
yeah. So today we got the Morrigan, which represents the Morrigan.
Oh my god! One of the characters in A Court of Thorns and Roses, one of the best series of all time, is named Morrigan.
Oh,
please tell me she is blonde.
It doesn't really show her hair.
Blue eyes.
No. The Morrigan is actually an ancient goddess of war. She's a shapeshifter and an omen of death, whose fearsome presence inspired opposing armies to flee in terror into the sea. So she kind of just looks like an awesome warrior lady with, like, crow or raven feathers and flames, and she has this giant-ass sword, and she has, like, war paint on her. She looks awesome.
I love that.
But the card represents transformation, mysticism, and bravado. And it says, a critical juncture has been reached. The climax is present. You cannot continue in the same way, so it's time to make a choice. Clinging to the past just shows an inability to accept current circumstances. Instead, face your fate. So, the Morrigan's offering you a gift. Either a great beginning or a great ending. Pay close attention to if, when, and how people enter or exit this current situation. You're in fate's hands now. So
I like that.
It's kind of like two roads diverge in a yellow wood.
And I took the one
and it's saying one of the roads you've already been on and you can't let that shit go. So make a decision if you want to keep letting that affect your life, or if you want to go down this new road that you've never experienced before. Yeah, that's basically what it's saying.
I thought you were quoting Robert Frost for a second.
I started to. And then I took my own little twist with it.
I started to complete the poem, and then you veered off course, so
So now, instead of doing tarot today, I wanted to do something fun that is kind of interactive.
Okay.
So for Christmas, my sister Dana, Dana, she gave me palm reading cards.
Oh shit! Okay.
So these ones are by the Gift Republic. You can get them at www.giftrepublic.com or somewhere that sells like gift items, like a gift shop or something. Okay. They're probably there. So today I just pulled 3 random cards from in the middle of the deck. It's in order numerically, and you're probably supposed to go in order or something, but
fuck it.
I just chose 3 random cards. So today, we're going to be talking about the Jupiter finger, which is your index finger. So everyone, take a look at your index finger. Like, put your hand flat out and stare at the, like, palm of your hand.
Yes, Professor Natalie.
Is your index finger shorter, the same size, or longer than your ring finger?
The same size.
Okay. So, mine is longer. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who has a shorter index finger. So I'm going to start out by telling you what it means if your finger's shorter, your index finger is shorter than your ring finger, if they are the same length, or if your index finger is longer than your ring finger.
Okay.
So if your index finger is shorter, you prefer to follow rather than lead. You can be sensitive and are easily hurt. You hate suffering and gain satisfaction from helping others. Okay, Mother Teresa, work. If you are average in length, or they are the same size, which is Katie.
I don't like being called average in length, though.
You like being in control and are flamboyant in your self-expression. And you are larger than life, which we know Katie, in fact, is.
I was like, damn, that's spot on.
So.
What you got, Nat? What you got?
Let me just double check. So it says, if your nail bed of the middle finger, Wait, I think I read it wrong.
Oh.
So, the finger is considered to be long if it rises above the nail bed of the middle finger, which mine does not. So I would say mine are average then, I guess.
Then I would say that that's fitting for the two of us.
Wait, I think I'm a moron. Wait,
oh God.
One of my hands it's the same length and one is longer. I'm freaking out. What does that mean? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, anyways.
One of mine is shorter, and then one of mine is the same.
Yeah, so is mine. Well, maybe that means we like helping people and we like being in control and are flamboyant.
I think that's fitting.
I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be your dominant hand. I didn't read the instructions. If anybody knows palmistry, let me know.
We're butchering it, but we love it.
Yeah, so I don't really know. But if your index finger, the nail bed of it, is longer, or if your finger... Oh, wait, hang on. If your entire tip of your finger is taller than the nail bed of the middle finger. Okay, wait, mine is. Okay. It is. I confirmed. I read it 3 times. So, this denotes strong self-confidence. You test your limits and believe you can accomplish anything if you try.
I would say.
Which I feel like that's true.
Yeah.
Even though it took me 500 years to figure out what the hell I was reading.
It makes sense, though, because you were so confident about it that you just went head first in. and didn't fucking read the instructions.
I was so confident. And what was that second word? Like, I knew that I could do it without reading the instructions. Well, that's it. That's the palm reading for today. I don't know if I'll do that again unless I really read it before I start.
I did enjoy that, though. I think it would be fun every now and then, sprinkled in there or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, with tarot finished, even though we didn't really do tarot, we did an oracle. But anyways, whatever. Let's talk about today's topic.
Let's do it.
So, in today's episode, we're taking a trip across land and seas to a small island country around 6,000 miles away from the U.S.
Okay.
Any ideas what this could be?
Greenland.
Guess. No.
Ireland.
No.
Iceland.
Think like a completely different continent.
Japan.
Yes! Woo!
I was thinking East Coast.
I know.
I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? Those are the only closest ones. And then I was like, oh, wait, we have a whole nother side of the country.
I mean, there's a ton of islands all over there, but that's okay. Japan. Yes. The country that we're going to talk about today is none other than Japan. Japan is a country with stories of many, many myths, paranormal creatures, demons, etc. And a commonly used term for these entities in Japan is yokai.
I love yokai.
So,
which might seem odd because Nat's like, Katie, you're not even somewhat involved in Japanese culture. But for those of you that don't know, I actually worked for a Japanese/Asian publishing company for about 1.5 years while I was in college.
Oh, yeah.
So
I knew that. Yeah.
I actually...
I would say the name, but...
That gives me away, and I don't want you to know me that well. Sorry. But yeah, I worked for this company, and they published a book kind of for, like, I'd say middle readers about yokai and a bunch of different, like, Japanese ghosts and demons, and it was really cool. It was kind of like a comic. It was pretty neat, so I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it gives it away, but... Small intersection.
Yes. So, here we go. From the Museum of International Folk Art, they define yokai as a catch-all Japanese word for ghosts, demons, monsters, shapeshifters, tricksters, and other kinds of supernatural beings and mysterious phenomena.
Yeah.
And while yokai can sometimes represent some pretty terrifying creatures, the general consensus sees yokai as cute, playful, and oftentimes are representative of the humans around them.
Yep.
So a lot of the stories of yokai relate to cultural aspects of Japan.
One that I remember is kind of something about, I believe it was... like a bao bun, and it was about this one person who was being taught by a man to make a bao bun, and it turned out after they perfected it that they couldn't find the person anymore because they were a yokai.
Amazing.
I was like, that's iconic. I believe they opened up like a restaurant and like their recipe wasn't succeeding, and this guy came along and was like, I shall teach you my ways. And yeah.
Aren't bao buns Chinese?
I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what the food was, but I know it was something along those lines.
Yeah. Like a dumpling or something.
Yeah, it might have been a dumpling. That would make sense. Yeah. But I was just like, okay.
Sure, why not? So, the history of yokai stretches back to the 8th century, but visual representations of them only started to appear during Japan's medieval period, which is 1185 to 1600 CE. And many people have actually heard of some of the most famous yokai portrayed in media. So that would be like the kitsune, which are spiritual foxes that can turn into kitsune. Humans, and they're like little tricksters, and they play tricks on people, stuff like that. And then the tanuki, which is one of my favorites. If you've ever watched Pompoko, the Studio Ghibli movie, they are raccoon dogs, the tanuki raccoon dogs, but they have the ability to make their balls, yes, their scrotum and sperm holders, gigantic, and they're like things that their babies can lay on, and they do shit with them. And it's crazy. Watch the movie if you have not seen the movie.
I love that your favorite yokai is that, and mine is like a cunning trickster fox that shapeshifts.
I mean, they're two ends of the same spectrum, okay? I'm like, similar.
If that doesn't break down who we are as individuals, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
But I sent you a link to the book I was talking about before. I think you'd get a kick out of it just as like an easy read.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into it. So yeah, those are like the two most popular ones that I know of off the top of my head. However, this episode is not about the classics. Sorry. But...
Sorry!
Oh, no.
We don't do traditional!
I decided that it was my duty to find some of the strangest, most dangerous, and silliest yokai that I could find for you, the listener. And boy, oh boy, did I find them.
I can't wait to be enlightened.
Prepare to laugh, be weirded out, and also be disturbed as we venture into the yokai of Japan.
Perfect.
So let's start off with something a little mild to kind of dip our little toes in, and then we'll slowly get more and more deranged and batshit crazy as we go on. So,
as we always do.
I have 8 yokai for us to discuss today. I would like to try to rate these on a scale, but I'm not sure what kind of scale we should use. I want it to be like a weirdness, what the fuck scale.
What did you say the other one was, not the kitsune?
The tanuki.
Tanuki. Let's rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 tanuki balls.
Okay, that's literally what I had written. A scale of 1 to 10 tanuki, because those are the most what the fuck weird things that I've seen that I think deserve to be a scale measurement. So we'll say tanuki balls.
Perfect. Okay.
So 1 ball equals a set of balls. One tanuki balls. 1 tanuki ball is the balls of 1 tanuki. Okay. So,
and 10 tanuki balls is them at max size.
Yes. So this is gonna be a mixture of what the fuck, that's weird as shit, and I like it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start with a pretty generic one. Let's talk about the Kasa Obake. And Katie, you may now look in the Google Doc and go to page 2.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Strong start.
So, in Japanese folklore, there's an entire category of yokai based on common household items. They're known as Tsukumogami. Tsukumogami.
Okay.
These are old household tools and items that have been possessed by spirits.
Would the TV from The Ring fall into this?
No.
Okay.
Because it literally becomes a sentient creature made from that item. So in this case, the Kasa Obake is an umbrella version of a Tsukumogami.
Okay.
And it is usually depicted as having 1 eye, a wagging tongue, 2 arms, and a sandal-wearing foot where the handle would normally be. I've seen this dude before in anime.
Well, he definitely seemed popular.
Yeah. Oh, people love this dude. He's really
I just
silly.
thought he was a cocktail umbrella, so.
I mean, well, He kind of looks like that, but I think that is just a traditional Japanese umbrella, paper umbrella.
Gotcha, okay.
So, most people think the Kasa Obake is a cute little guy, but having one in your home is probably a nuisance, because this thing, with its 1 foot, likes to hop around.
I imagine that gets old.
What?
I said I imagine that gets old after a while, just boom,
yes.
Boom,
because
boom.
Not only that, but imagine if you had just used your umbrella out in the rain, and it's
wet.
And this thing gets possessed and starts hopping around your house, soaking the floor, making everything messy. Now you gotta clean it up. Now you gotta catch the fucking Kasa Obake. Yeah. Or, imagine you're looking for your umbrella because it's downpouring outside, and the shit is hopping around your entire house, and you gotta catch it anyways. It's really just an inconvenience. They're pretty chill. They don't really want to hurt you or anything. They're just, like, little mischievous little things. So, what do we think of Kasa Obake?
I was like, why does that description sound like you?
I guess I'm a one-legged creature that hops around.
No, I was just like, what words there? The way you just described it, I was like, damn. They don't want to hurt you. They just want to chill.
They're just little creatures. I don't know.
I was like, man, that's not.
I think I'm more so this next one.
Okay. But I will give him... For the inconvenience factor, other than the fact that I think he's kind of chill, I'll give him 4.5. What is it again?
Tanuki balls.
Tanuki balls. I will remember.
I agree. I agree, honestly. That's basically what I would have said. I would have said a 4. Because,
I don't think he quite deserves a 5. No. But, like, he doesn't deserve, like, a 3.
No.
So.
Yeah. So,
4.5.
now, let's go to the next one, which I think is the yokai equivalent to the squonk.
Okay.
This is why I love it.
Am I free to scroll?
This is the Nupeppo. The Nupeppo are very bizarre and creepy yokai that are often found in ruined temples, overgrown graveyards, and other very dilapidated areas.
This creature looks dilapidated.
They are known for their revolting appearance and smell. Like I said, this is me if I was a yokai. So they give off a strong odor of rotten meat. Very classic for
Jesus.
me. I'm just kidding. I'm a vegetarian.
Now herself is just rotting meat.
Basically. So they look like large, flabby, roughly humanoid chunks of flesh about the size of a child with lumpy, undeveloped hands and feet and vaguely indiscernible facial features. They kind of look like saggy eggs, in my opinion.
I would agree. They look like if Humpty Dumpty, like, on a hot day, fell off the cliff.
But they're, like, usually flesh-colored, so I don't know why in the original pictures they're, like, white. Maybe just to be, like, white skin, very pale skin. But before I read this next paragraph, I did see that the, Nupeppo, or however you pronounce it, is actually, like, you use that word to not discriminate against, but basically as, like, you're roasting somebody who wears too much makeup. Because you think that underneath all that makeup is, like, saggy skin because they use too much makeup.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. But this little dude usually appears only at night. They're not known to cause any particular harm or mischief other than being disgusting.
Jesus.
But they really seem to enjoy creating nausea in people because of their smell. And they frequently run around and disgust people, and they outrun angry villagers who would try to chase them down and kill them. So they're fast as fuck, little meat blobs that stink. And that's me. Just kidding, I'm not fast. But there's no other real lore about these little dudes. I just thought they were so cute. They look like the blobfish. They look like a saggy egg. They are adorable. I love them.
I'm gonna say something really out of pocket.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a disfigured elder woman's vagina.
Oh.
That's what I think.
It kind of just looks like somebody's gut. Like that picture of Gibby, or not Gibby, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, picture of the kid who face swapped his stomach with his face. That super popular picture from like years ago. It was like this kid who face swapped his stomach and his face. And the stomach on his head looks like that little creature.
That's a fair point.
So what do we rate him?
He's just like a nasty little guy, but like I kind of love him.
I kind of love him too.
I'll give him an 8.5.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I was gonna say a 6.
Wow.
I guess we'll have to just like even it out with like a 7.5, 7.25, 7.5, whatever. Yeah. Wow.
7.25 Takaguri balls.
Tanuki
balls.
What is Takaguri?
I don't know. I am not Japanese. That's a name.
It means tall. I don't know. Anyways, Tanuki balls.
How did I get that? And I was like, Takaguri.
I really don't know. So let's move on to the Gashadokuro.
I'm gonna write down Tanuki.
Yes, write down Tanuki.
Balls. Yes, okay.
She's gonna be saying some other random ass thing the next time.
Some random Japanese word I have no business saying.
Literally, like, some random shit.
Says some racial slur in Japanese.
No!
And I'm just like, God. Yeah, it's totally fine. I rate it this many balls.
God. So...
My luck.
The Gashadokuro.
Look at that pronunciation.
I would not be able to do that again. I took Japanese in college. I will not be able to do that again.
Do it again!
Yeah. So, similar to ogres or golems in Western myths, the Gashadokuro are...
I can't.
Sure. They're horrific creatures who love to eat people.
I love him.
So, Gashadokuro means starving skeletons in Japanese. However, instead of like a random dude skeleton, imagine them more so being gigantic fucking skeletons that are hungry as hell. Several times the size of an average human. Like Shaq times 10 times another 10, probably.
So he's like 2 Hagrids?
No, bigger.
Damn. Okay.
This dude looks like he's like 50 stories tall. Look at this picture.
Okay, so imagine Godzilla's skeleton.
But a human.
I wanted to say skeleton, like Jack Skellington.
Skellington, yeah.
I hate myself.
So, Gashadokuro roam the wilderness in search of victims to eat. And when they find a victim that looks tasty enough, which is basically any living person they can find, they'll either eat you whole or bite your head off. And they're believed to be formed by the bones of those who died in battle or famine. And they're basically indestructible. And most beliefs are that the skeletons will only cease to exist once all their negative energy has been expelled, which could take a very, very long time. So these guys just exist forever, eating people.
I'm gonna try the pronunciation one more time as I form a question.
Just do syllables like you're a baby.
I can't.
Ga, sha, do, ku, Ro.
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 I don't know.
Okay, so the Capricorn in me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the Capricorn in me is like, how does a skeleton digest somebody? So how does the Gasha de Kuro ingest these people he consumes?
And you know
they
what?
just
That's
fall
a
through.
Fine question. I don't know. They probably just disappear.
His mouth is just a black hole.
It doesn't seem like some of these really have any explanation. There's no real scientific study of how the yokai could exist.
That's fair.
But
I was just like, I'm looking through this man's bones.
They're supernatural and or magical creatures, so I guess you can assume that they just disappear or something.
The magic is what does it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the magic of Disney.
Jesus. Disney is eating people's souls. Throwback to episode 5. Fucking
They're stealing people's souls.
No, but I didn't know if there was some special folklore involved in how the people actually disappeared, considering they're skeletons and have no stomach. So,
yeah, I don't know.
They just go poof.
Poof.
I will give him 7 out of 10 tanuki balls.
I think this dude's a solid 6. Yeah, I don't know.
6.5.
I feel like we haven't really scratched the surface yet of the batshit crazy.
All right, okay.
So let's.
I will admit that a lot of my points I gave him was for this bomb ass artwork. So
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Is it like a wooden slat painting, or do you know?
I don't know. It kind of looks like something like that. It's definitely 3 different panels.
Yep.
That would have probably been hung together, or maybe it's a tapestry. I'm not sure.
I know a lot of ancient Asian artwork was done primarily on wood or bamboo slats. That's why I was wondering. They used ink and pigments.
So let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Roku Rokubi. Rokubi.
No, I've heard of this fucking one, and I hate it!
You probably have. So the Roku Rokubi appear as ordinary women. However, at night, when they go, hokshu, hokshu, me, when they sleep, their necks can stretch to great lengths, and their heads can apparently move on their own. And it is believed that the Roku Rokubi were once ordinary humans, specifically women, who had a curse placed upon them. Now, they're mostly harmless, but they have been known
to lick up
all the oil from lamps. They go and they drink all of your oil. So a type of Roku Rokubi is
this is the one I've heard of.
Nuke Kubi, who is able to detach their head entirely from their neck, and their head kind of just floats around on its own and causes mischief. And I actually watched a movie about Nuke Kubi, and I don't remember what happened. I don't remember anything besides the lady's head flying around. I think it was she's gonna eat the heart of her lover or something. Yep. I have no clue what it was called, no clue what it was about, besides that part where her head was just floating around. Yeah. And it was weird as fuck.
Yeah, I feel like where I remember it from, it was definitely a Nokekubi, and it was her, I think, seeking vengeance on a lover or some kind, so...
Maybe we watched the same movie. I don't know.
I don't know, but I remember I just fucking hated this one because I was like, no. Just no.
It's
that being said, I hate it in the best way, and I give it a 7.
I would also say it's around there for me. It's probably like another 6. I don't know.
Just the fact that it'd be utterly fucking terrifying. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden you look over and you just see your mother's fucking head attached to this long-ass neck. Like,
yeah.
No.
But also she's drinking the oil from your lamp. Like, chill. This bitch has like pica or something. Pica.
Yeah,
Is there like a form of pica where you drink stuff?
Probably. I know that shit's on My Strange Addictions.
Yeah. I don't know. Just a thought. Maybe she has that or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's agree to never talk about the Rukubi again. And be happy.
Okay, so let's move on to this next one.
Oh god. The way you're laughing.
Let's talk about the Ashirai Yashiki.
Okay, I'm scrolling.
The Ashirai Yashiki is
I've heard of this one too, and I hate it!
This one is a gigantic, dirty foot, bristling with hairs, that crashes through the ceiling of residential homes in Japan and demands to be cleaned. If you refuse to clean the often mud-caked or blood-caked, in some instances, hairy foot, then said foot will angrily stomp around your home, smashing and breaking anything it comes into contact with. However, if you clean the foot, everything goes back to the way it was before the giant, hairy, fleshy foot fell through the ceiling. Except, of course, you'll be left with a massive fucking hole in your roof that you have to fix.
I don't know, man. Some of these stories are just so fucking unhinged. But I also remember this one. And I was just like, no. I was like, I am not getting paid enough to fucking read through this shit.
I mean, I get it. Like, I guess think about...
Is it more just like a warning to like Japanese housewives from back in the day that's like, you must keep the feet clean or your household will fall into disrepair?
I'm wondering if it is something like that. I don't know much about past Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming it's something like that.
That's my guess. But the second I scrolled down and saw that leg, I hadn't even gotten to the feet yet. And I was like, I fucking know what this one is.
So, what did we rate this one? Did we rate it?
We didn't, and I give it a 2.
Oh, why a 2?
I hate it. And not in the best possible ways.
Okay, so I'll give it a 4 because I think it's hilarious.
I hate it so much.
Because it doesn't say that it's attached to anything. It just is a giant foot.
I know! It's terrible. It's just
kind of hilarious. This leg, or this foot, whatever, just clomping around and then like, clean me, bitch! And then just disappears.
No. It gets a 3.
Alright, sure. Whatever. 3. Now let's talk about where we start going into batshit crazy.
Okay.
So this is Shirame. Okay. Shirame doesn't start off so
Jesus.
bad. If you don't have a direct translation of the name. He is described as a faceless, nondescript man who wanders the roads leading to Kyoto. If you're traveling the road at night, you might hear someone call out for you to wait. Hey, wait. I want to talk to you. If you stop, and I strongly suggest that you don't, but if you do, a faceless man will charge at you, stripping his clothes off and presenting his ass to you.
I was like, why?
Then, spreading his little ass cheeks, he will show you his asshole. And is this a normal asshole? No, in fact. His asshole is actually an eyeball. Quite literally staring at you with his brown eye. I cannot. But you're probably asking me, okay, Nat, why the fuck does Shirame do this? Do they have a reason? Well, my friends, no. They don't have any reason other than they find people's reactions amusing. Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Shirame literally means eyeball butt in Japanese.
Of course it does. Why do they even have a word for that?
You kind of get what you ask for with that one, but this one just cracks me up. I've seen it in anime before. It kills me every time I see it. It's so silly. It's so stupid. Dylan and I were talking about these before we sat down to record today, and I was like, what were they trying to teach with this one? Are they trying to teach you, like, don't talk to strangers at night? Mm-hmm. Like, you never know what their intentions could be. And he was like, well, maybe it's an older story and they were and like nudity was really disrespectful or something, so they wanted to create this creature, like being naked is disgusting and you're gonna do disgusting things when you're naked or something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
I have to say, I feel like Dylan's probably more nail on the head with that one.
Yeah.
But I feel like with all of these, there's some underlying message that obviously we're probably not getting because we don't fully understand Japanese culture.
Yeah, but definitely.
I just scrolled down to this page and just got an eyeful, for better lack of words, of this asshole. Yeah. It's literally just a giant hole between what clearly looks like two booty cheeks.
It's literally just an eyeball between their butt. Yeah, so I rate this one an 8 out of 10 Tanuki balls.
I was gonna give it a 9 on the Tanuki ball scale, honestly.
Okay, so a solid 8.5. I agree with that. Yeah, that's good.
I was just so stunned that I was like, okay, you get it.
Yeah. So we're almost done. We have 2 more left. The last one is probably my favorite because it's so fucking weird. Okay. But this one is pretty good also.
All right.
So let's talk about Wanyudo. So Wanyudo is depicted as a giant, insane person's disembodied head trapped within the spokes of a flaming ox cart wheel. Some stories claim that it's the spirit of an evil warlord being punished for his wickedness, or that it's like a ghost of a monk who's undergoing penance for past sins. Like, they don't actually have a real, like, origin story for this guy that makes sense.
Got it.
He's basically in constant pain from having his head impaled by the spokes of the wheel and being surrounded by flames. But he apparently just patrols the roads late at night looking for souls to join him in damnation. So he's pretty evil. And all it takes to die from Wanyudo is to look at him, basically. And it'll just immediately condemn your soul to hell. In some versions, Wanyudo collects only evil souls in return for his eventual freedom. But a lot of other stories are like, yeah, he doesn't discriminate and he just wants to murder. So to keep themselves safe, superstitious families keep prayer charms around their houses to ward off the demon. And if somebody says, oh, I saw Wanyudo, or, you know, we think he's in the area, or this creature's in the area, whatever, they stay away from the windows, because even if you survive the gaze of Wanyudo and, you know, you don't die, even looking on him will bring ruin to your entire family.
All right. Yeah.
So you're just, like, forever cursed by Wanyudo for some reason, just because he did some bad shit and now he is punished for it. So he wants to drag everyone else down with him because he's a classic man.
How high do you have to be to see this guy?
I'm wondering. Here's my two thoughts behind this one.
Okay.
Is either somebody did something really horrible and they were beheaded and somebody did this to them and people witnessed it like somebody's dead head in the spokes of a wheel and they set it on fire because this person did something really bad and this was their punishment. Or
that would be traumatizing. So.
I think of it more in a metaphorical sense. Imagine maybe you're in a really bad area where there's like a lot of violence or something, and people in these carts are driving around killing anyone that they see. So I guess it could be like a very big metaphor or something for that. But I don't know. Because once again, I don't know where these originated from. Or why. But what do we rate him? Remember, he's insane. And he says shit to people, too. Like, he'll try to talk to people. I was reading another article, and it was like, he was rolling around, and he screamed at this lady through her window, and was like, "Aren't you supposed to be watching your baby?" And she turned around, and her baby had exploded into a puddle of blood. Christ. So, he's crazy. He does crazy shit. He killed a baby in that one, I guess. But, yeah.
This is gonna sound cryptic after that's the story that you just told, but I'll give him a 9.
Honestly, same.
I mean, can you just imagine that? You're finally taking one moment to yourself.
Yeah, I'd
You've
be pissed.
just got the baby fucking down for bed. You hear, "Aren't you supposed to be taking care of your baby?"
And the shit explodes. Well, what the fuck? What was the point of having a baby if it was just gonna fucking explode because some dude got his head stuck in a wheel and caught on fire and decided to ruin your day?
Yeah, a 9.
Yeah,
a 9.
That's pretty good. This
I'm here for it.
This last one is Kanbari Nyodo.
Okay.
The ass-licking priest.
Fucking Christ. Okay.
I put in parentheses, my fave.
Of course.
Look at this fucking picture. He's
of course that's your favorite.
So, let me introduce you to Kanbari Nyodo. Nyodo means prince, or not prince. Nyodo means priest, and is a common theme in yokai. So, we're gonna just take a moment, close your eyes, imagine a priest. Now imagine him as like a ghost kind of thing. And now let's add a splash of being an extreme pervert. And add another splash of being like a voyeur. And another splash of having an even weirder kink. All right. This dude's favorite pastime is stroking or licking the unfortunate woman using the bathroom.
Like just anywhere or like on their
I'll tell
bits? You. Okay.
I will tell you.
Because it's wrong from the get-go, but it can get worse. So,
it has to be noted, I'm telling you now, Kanbari Nyodo doesn't lick just anyone's ass, okay?
Okay,
he specifically loves to lick the asses of Japanese women exclusively on New Year's Eve. Or sometimes, instead of licking you, it makes you constipated. Which I guess that's cool. I'd rather be constipated than licked by a ghost priest.
That's what I was gonna say.
So, in order to not have your ass licked, here's what you gotta do. If you ever hear a cuckoo's cry on New Year's Eve, and you happen to be in a toilet in Japan, your only way to save your ass is to bark like a dog. Bow wow, bitch. Bow wow. So, if you don't hear any cuckoo's cry, it would be safe to chant Ganbari Nyodo Hototo Gisu. Ganbari priest cuckoo. Just in case.
Okay.
Especially if you enter an outhouse on New Year's Eve between 1 and 3 a.m. Okay. And Dylan and I were also talking about this one, and we were like, okay, think about New Year's Eve, 1 to 3 a.m. That's when a lot of people are really drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's when women experience a lot of violence towards them, especially in a bathroom.
Yeah.
And the whole, like, you're gonna get licked could be, like, SA.
Yeah, I would say it's sexual assault anyway.
Yeah. So, I think this was kind of like a warning. Because imagine if you were a creep. Don't put yourself in the eyes of a creep. But if you're a creep trying to touch a lady, if she starts barking like a damn dog and freaking out in your face, are you gonna touch her? Probably not. You're gonna think, this bitch is crazy, I'm going to leave.
Yeah. I mean, I would run the other way if a woman barked at me.
Yeah. So, that's it. What do we rate the Kanbari Nyodo? Nudo. Kanbari Nudo.
I know he is your favorite.
He's only my favorite because he's fucking weird. Well, I like the butthole guy. He's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Honestly, I'm gonna give him a 7. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I don't really like him that much. I like the asshole guy.
I also like the asshole guy. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like him better than this guy. But that's what I have so far for the crazy yokai that I found.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too. There's definitely some more horror-themed ones that I saw while going through, but I thought these ones were either really, really silly or really disturbing, and I just had to talk about them because I was laughing hysterically about the butthole guy and all these other ones that I was like, what the hell? So
I think it was great. I loved it. I would totally be down to do another one. And thank you. Thank you for making me laugh today.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I appreciated it. I needed it.
Yeah.
A little soul cleanse, you know? So, if you want more Wading Into the Void, even though we haven't been really doing much because we're busy bitches, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Wading Into the Void. And we'll pop right up. We'll see our cool little logo on there. Mm-hmm. And you'll see some old content, because like I said, we haven't posted any new content. And, but if you want to support the podcast, you can find us at Patreon, or you can find some cool merch at www.wadingintothevoid.com.
So, here's my outro for today. Just some reminders and recommendations for when you're dealing with yokai.
Perfect. We love a user manual.
If you see a giant dirty foot, make sure you clean it.
Check.
If someone shoves their butt eyeball in your face, make sure to poke it.
Double check.
Most importantly, if you're a lady taking a shit on New Year's Eve in Japan, make sure you bark like a damn dog so your booty cheeks remain unharmed. Bye.
Bye, everyone.